Looks like the clouds are all coming in today. And with that in mind, what was going on today? I guess how about we start off with, apparently there's a bunch of, I guess, DJI Avata drone leak pictures, including the goggle. These look like they're the official retail pictures. I guess you can see the whole bundle, like what? Here there's the drone, the controller, the goggles, the accessories and all that. I would imagine with the controller you're using a bit of motion control. Kind of interesting too, because the goggles, from all the other images that I've seen, they seem a lot thinner, and I was looking at this, it was like, wow, that's pretty huge, isn't it? Although there is another one you can see here, that one seems to have a more slim, I guess, FPV goggle. So are they actually releasing two different bundles with two different goggles? Like the more recent one and then the older model? And you can see the drone itself and a little bit more of a close-up where the batteries and stuff are. Expect the prices to be about $1,200 to $1,400 US, I would imagine, for the drone combos and all that. The drone itself is probably going to be like, what, $600 US or something around there. Expect this to come out during the end of the month, I suppose, or at least an announcement anyways. I actually wonder too with things like motion controls, especially in these situations where it can get really intense, such as flying so fast, will that actually cause less precision for people just because if you freak out, for example, you move up, it's going to change, I don't know, your direction, your cursors and so forth during that moment. At the same time, I guess it could be like playing video games or something like that. And I read this story which sounded kind of interesting. Imagine the police sending a drone up in the air to monitor, I guess, a situation or something like that, and then someone else sends their drone to try to take theirs down. That's the claim here anyways. This one says, Spoken police drone attacked in mid-air over homeless camp near I-90 in Freya. Now first they talk about how it's great for them to use drones. For example, if they're trying to hunt down a suspect, they could easily see them in the dark. They have weapons and all that as well. And here they say back in July, Spoken police were on the trail of a burglar who stole a laptop from a business on South Freya. The suspect darted into the homeless camp and eventually into a tent. Police launched a drone, and within minutes, a person living at the camp decided to launch his own to try and take down SPDs. The camper's drone flew right toward the SPD drone and rammed it, breaking off a propeller. Wow, that's really aggressive. And it says anytime law enforcement is deploying a relatively new technique or tool, there are people that have the opposite interests. Briggs said, they are trying to avoid being apprehended. They are trying to hinder investigations. I'd be actually interested in seeing the footage of this, although they say they didn't release it yet. It says officers were able to arrest the burglary suspect, but now they have an entirely different investigation. Witnesses at the camp told police they knew who was responsible and that he had several drones in his tent. But when officers searched it, they couldn't find any. The investigation is still ongoing. CPO Briggs said to his knowledge, this is the first time anyone has targeted an SPD drone. That's kind of crazy, having, I guess, a police investigation like that, and then afterwards you just send a bunch of drones trying to take that one out in general. Although that is expected though, and at the same time, it comes down to it's a tool. Some people use it for good, some people use it for bad, ultimately. Why did you say it's your birthday today? And I remember the comments where Lewis in particular, you said you really enjoyed drone footages around kind of this area of the river and all that. So I thought, okay, let's take some captures of it. Happy birthday. Alright, see you guys later.